welcome back to another episode of the Out in the Open podcast. You feel me? It's your host, J Mac, and today I'm with my co-host, Eve. We got Fonzo in the building. You got Jack on the building, man. What it do, guys? How you guys doing?
Blast. Back to back.
You being slick. I see the hat. You know what I'm saying?
What did it say?
Nah.
Mercy Grace.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's my dog. You know,
Yeah.
Brand.
Yeah, I like that.
I got
He got support.
Shirley, yeah.
You got support. Got support. You got support. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Well,
Yeah, that's
facts, man. Like supporting people, man. That's for free, man. That's the only way they're gonna move up, bro.
We all we got.
Exactly,
Amen.
bro. But for the people who are listening, man, go ahead and check us out on IG or Untitled Podcast, and make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube. Because if you guys are not paying attention, them views are going up. So I don't want you guys to miss out on anything. You feel me? Go ahead and check us out. Share our page. You know, do what you gotta do to support. You feel me? But for today's episode, man, we have this man in the building. This man is an actor. This man is a comedian. This man is a host, MC, bro. This man do it all, man. This man do it all. Exactly, bro.
The definition.
But this man do it all.
Off the rapper vibe, like
Yeah, he actually a rapper.
Hey, I can throw that in there too.
Exactly, bro. This man is a rapper too.
I'm gonna let y'all in on a little thing about me. I actually dabble in music, so if I'm comfortable enough with it, I'll probably send y'all something. Y'all could use like a 20-second clip of it.
Okay.
Oh, in the background?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all heard that
Oh, he
first.
for real.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all heard that first.
Rapping?
Also, another
I don't
title
call
as
it
well. Another title as well for you. You a father.
Yeah.
So that's one of the greatest hats that you could wear.
Papi Suave.
Yeah.
Yeah, this man is a husband, man.
Husband
You
too.
feel me?
Oh,
husband.
My bad.
You feel me?
Husband.
I got some questions for you about that, you know, the husband life, you know. 'Cause,
Facts,
you know,
facts.
Oh, yes, sir.
But you know, before we talk about you being creative, you being the hosting game, you know, but now we have to take all the way back to your background, like where you from. You feel
Wait,
me?
hold on. Did y'all say his name?
Oh yeah, this man is Clark. Zoe Poze. No introduction, bro.
There isn't, but some people.
But okay. His name is Zoe Poze, known as Clark Jean-Baptiste. You feel me? We got Zoe Poze in the building. But before we start, man, we got like we told you last night, bro. Like we were gonna get some, you know, trying to give you a gift. So give me 1 second, bro. I'm gonna grab it for you, bro.
Yeah, we're a different type of podcast that meaningfully brings out things for the people that we care about and love and support. The fact that you actually reached out back to us shows the type of person you are. You're not self-absorbed.
Nah.
You're a human person. Like, you really respect
Word.
it. That's how we feeling.
This how we feeling?
That's how we feeling.
Yes.
Since she said yes. Right.
Hey, don't drink down the street now.
Word. Little shot right there.
That's love. That's love.
Yeah, this our new merch.
Someone comes to our family.
Listen, next time I'm
Yeah,
going to
we-
Orlando, this is what I'm pulling up here.
Yeah.
Period.
That's love.
Out in the open.
Out in the open.
Public.
Yes.
Outside with it.
For those who are listening, we just handed him a T-shirt of our brand. We got him some wine and something. Y'all got to watch to know about that part.
Yeah.
Facts, man. But like I was saying, man, like before we talk about you like killing the game and like hosting, like being a comedian, but we gotta take it all the way back to where it started, bro.
Started in 93.
So where you from, bro?
I'm from where I'm from. I don't know about y'all. That's my rapper vibe.
Rapper vibe?
That's a rapper answer.
Yeah.
But originally, my parents are from Gonaïve, Haiti.
Oh,
You know what
mine
I'm
too.
saying? Yeah, so that's why I'm
That's why you want to know this.
So, but I wasn't born in Haiti. I was actually born in St. Martin, which is one of the Caribbean islands in the Straits of the Caribbean island. So, my dad went there for work, and my mom followed suit, and you know they got jiggy.
And they had you.
They got jiggy.
So you know that started all in '93, and
How many kids your parents had?
just me and my little brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Okay.
Just two of us.
Okay, sounds good. So when did you came in the States?
What about 5, 6, 7? I know I left at 3, went to Haiti, when it came to the States, like officially, like around 5, 6, 7 years old. I don't remember correctly. My parents always correct me when they watch the interviews. Clark, I was born this time. He's 90. Why you on his forehead? I'm like, don't remember.
Yeah.
But I'm getting older, man. Come on. But yeah, I came around like around that age, elementary school, and it was up from there.
So yeah, how was like middle school though? That was middle school, like growing up in the States. Like, how was that?
It wasn't as bad. I would do everything the same way. It wasn't as bad. Like looking at it now, it wasn't as bad. Kids being kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got bullied. You know what I'm saying?
Did you get bullied for being Haitian? Because I think I
Yes
did.
and no.
His face.
Why I say that is
Yeah.
because I was just starting to get accustomed to my Haitian culture. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really speak Creole like that. I started learning Creole when I was like 10, 12 years old, like really trying to learn Creole. Because then my
backwards.
cousins started coming out to Florida more often from Haiti.
Yeah.
So I loved like the flag gave me a sense of like identity. You know what I'm saying? So I used to walk around with the flag tied to my book bag, hanging out my back pocket, around my head, around my face. You know, those were I'd get in trouble for those, but
Man, this one was rapping for real.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like in my middle school, I kind of made everybody respect Haitians, but not respect us as in like, dang, if you mess with them, you can get jumped. You know, like respect as in like, yo, they're actually cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, they're actually, you know, fun people. And ever since middle school, when I started learning about the Haitian culture more and more, you know, I just kept sharing it with the world, and I started doing videos mimicking Haitian parents and stuff like that. That's when I got to high school. I used to drop those videos on Facebook when Facebook first started letting you post videos on there. And yeah, I remember Uvu.
Yeah.
Bro.
So basically,
Yes.
the videos I did them on Uvu. I recorded on Uvu.
Oh, that's
and then
crazy.
Download it, post it on Facebook. I don't know. I was always with social media. Like,
So Uvu is like Zoom.
yeah, it's like a
FaceTime, I would say.
Yeah, FaceTime.
FaceTime was
FaceTime,
yeah.
But technology has
Evolved, bro.
evolved.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was always with it. You know what I'm saying? Doing my thing online, no matter if it was like 20 people watching. Like before, I would say on Facebook when we was in high school, everybody that knew me was just Broward County. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as I got out of high school, Instagram was popping. Then they Instagram like I remember vividly 2013. Instagram dropped the videos. It was like what, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Short, yeah.
I just started doing videos, and a lot of people don't notice. People be like, "Yo, how do you edit your videos? What do you use to record?" It was an iPod Touch, bro.
Wow.
iPod Touch.
iPod Touch. My first song that I recorded was on the iPod Touch. First video I did is on that iPod Touch, and I still have it to this day.
Oh, that's
Wow.
I want to hear it.
But I have it.
Damn.
That's crazy. So like,
people be surprised. I just use iMovie and GarageBand.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's very simple. That's why I tell people like who pursue certain things in life, I'm like, you got no excuse, bro.
No
Yeah.
excuse.
Bro.
Yeah, you're right.
With the iPod Touch.
yeah, that's crazy. So like, what was the struggle though, like that you faced coming in the States? You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't much struggle because elementary school, it was just normal bullying. I didn't go to like I was in ESOL for like a month.
A month. Try doing like what, 10 years ESOL? Like it was brutal for me.
No, just trust me. I know
10
'cause
years.
Yeah.
Only reason I was in ESOL is because I spoke English. I just wasn't supposed to be in ESOL. They just put me there because
Yeah.
my parents weren't filling the paperwork.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what-
Shirley was just
yeah,
saying
yeah.
Yeah, Shirley was saying that.
and
Yeah.
that's
Shirley
when
was just saying
they
that.
started translating all of the paperwork. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, for example, you know, they would just have it in different languages, and that's when they realized, all right, this kid does speak English because I'm over here speaking English. The reason why they found out is because I would come to school talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, talking about Pokemon,
I know that's right.
full sentences. This kid.
Yeah, this man don't belong here.
Like, but the other kids, the other Haitians, but I would talk to them. I would speak Creole and English, so they would think, all right, does he speak it? So it took a while, and I had to have a whole PTO meeting with his principal, all that. I was like, I speak English, bro.
So you started speaking Creole, like, I know you weren't born in Haiti and stuff, because you were born in Saint Martin. So when you were in elementary school, so that's where you started speaking Creole, or
in middle school.
in middle school?
Like about 12, 13, when I really started learning Creole.
Yeah.
Yeah, because around that time, my grandmother had died, and my grandfather was living with us. So I had no choice but to speak Creole, because this man did not speak a lick of English.
Exactly.
And the funny thing is, he was working here in the States.
Oh wow!
So-
So that's a hustle for
Oh, yeah.
Haitians. I love that. About
So in middle school, like, were you like a class clown? I'm
Always.
curious.
I've always been.
That's a good
Always.
question.
I hated the term, but that term, I didn't embrace it until senior year. And then, I won the superlatives at the end of the year. Class clown, most likely made it Comedy Central. I'm like, why I gotta be these bad things? Why can't I be most likely to be successful? Why I gotta be class clown? But I was like, I'll take it. I'm gonna be successful anyway, so.
Period.
you are. You are.
You are,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
But when you was in middle school, did you use that as like a deflect, like as a weapon? Like, hey, y'all trying to bully me? I'm gonna roast you. Were you like using it in that way at that age?
Yes, but I did not know how to roast.
For real?
Yeah, that's how I started. That's why I'm coming in to be the Haitian accent like that, because when I'm doing it like that, they forget to bully me. They forget to be white because everybody laughing.
That's true.
Papi,
so
everybody
true.
call me Papi. Papi, come here, Papi. I'm like, I speak English. To this day, like I have people like that I went to middle school, high school, where they be calling me Papi because they thought I didn't speak English, because I would do the Haitian accent 24/7, because that would keep people from bullying me, because I just kept the whole class laughing. Keep the whole class laughing.
It
you make
works,
more friends,
yeah.
more allies. When you have allies, somebody bully you, then next thing you know, they're surrounded.
Yeah.
That's
That's
facts.
true.
That's facts.
So that's how I helped. That's how I used. That's what the stuff that I used to make people respect Haitians. I'm like, we're cool people. Like, we don't want to fight. But
Yeah.
if you want to fight, we want to fight. But we don't want to fight.
Got
That's
you.
real
Got
dope.
you.
Yeah. How was you with the ladies though in high school? You know what I'm saying? All that class clown. How was you
what's
with
so
the, what's
funny,
the, what's
like-
the females?
Yeah, this one was playing around, huh?
You didn't get girls?
Man, nah. I wasn't
focused on girls.
focused on it. I had a lot of, still to this day, but I have too many. Not too many. I have a lot of female friends. Just,
How's wifey feel about that?
I'm sure one back at you. That's not the question.
That's not even a question for real.
That question answers itself. You know what I'm saying? Of course, wifey gonna feel something about that. So but yeah, like I try to make it work. It's you just have to have certain boundaries, certain respects, and I try to make her meet everybody. I'm like, hey, this is so and so.
good.
That's my dog. That's my nigga. I know her since way back when. You know what I'm saying? But that's the best way you could do it. Just honesty.
Sure.
And just being straight up. Don't wait. If you make a friend, like let them know right away.
Yeah.
Hey, I made a friend. How nervous it makes you.
Facts.
Just keep it real. Keep it 100.
Yeah.
So one thing that I noticed that since before you came here, I had to do my research, and I seen that back in middle school you were translating for the Haitian kids in middle school.
fun, bro.
So how was that process, bro?
It was a difficult process, but I feel like that's one of the things that catapulted me into learning Creole more, because these kids did not know these teachers did not know how to deal with these kids.
Yeah.
And with the little bit of Creole that I knew, I was like, "Li ma de ou, ou gain de voir yes soir." That's how it was. But now, like, I be looking for like interpreter jobs, like when the people was going through what they was going through at the border in Texas.
Yeah.
I wanted
wow.
to fly over there and help translate as much as I can. But then I realized I can't go because all these Haitians came from Chile.
It's different, yeah.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, hablan español.
Yeah,
Soy habla español muy poquito.
More poquito.
It sounds like you do a little bit.
So how was living like in your house? Like how was like that your the family dynamic? How's that?
Yeah, because your mom seems funny from the videos
Yeah,
you be
she's
posting.
funny.
My mom
I
was
was
there.
dying when she was when you was recording. She was babysitting your daughter.
Your daughter.
That was funny.
Like, you ain't never act like this with me.
Exactly.
She was like, what?
switched up. Switched up.
I swear they switch up there.
Thanks.
They switch up all the way.
But yeah, how's that dynamic like? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I always tell people like my house was a little different than all other Haitian households. Only reason like I was able to mimic those videos is because I grew up watching my cousins get punished that way, and my other Haitian friends when I go to their house, and you know, and my mom was like that with me, but not like 100%.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. My parents were pretty cool, pretty chill. You know, as long as they know my friends, they, you know, I tell them I was very open with my parents. Like I don't know why I was like that. Like when I lost my virginity, the first person I told was my parents.
Whoa,
different.
Yo.
were y'all close?
We're not that
Going
we're
up,
close, but like not close enough for me to tell them every detail.
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, I lost my virginity.
yo,
How was
First
that?
that is
literally,
that's
like,
different.
Yeah, that
Literally,
is.
it was like Thanksgiving night. You know what I'm saying? Like, after we all ate, you know, my girlfriend was over too. You know, everybody laughed. You know, people were in their room. I went to my room, and then I was like, wow, this is it. I was 15. I'm like, this is it. Because I'm like, wow. You know, and then after it happened, you know, she went home, and I was like, after I walked to outside, her sister came to pick her up, and I went back inside. I ran straight to my parents and like, yo, you would never believe what just happened. He was like, well, I was like, I lost my virginity. And my dad's like, oh yeah.
You lying? What?
First question, like, you put condom? You put your protection, you protect yourself. I'm like, and my mom was like, she's like, oh, my mom was
Them petty petit mouet and everything.
having a conversation with me, you hear my mom in the background. It's hilarious, yo.
Yeah.
But I told them, you know, and
That's
but,
crazy.
You know how I know not every Haitian parent, but a lot of Haitian parents were, like, you know, they don't talk about certain things like sex. Sex is taboo, you know. I even had a conversation with my mom about that like a couple months ago. I'm like, why ain't you never talk to me about sex? Like, and she was like, you know, it's kind of a respect thing. We don't talk about that. And she was like, my grandfather. She's like her father, my grandfather. She was like, he never spoke about sex. Ever.
Yeah.
He just said, watch out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, what does that mean?
Or
Watch
just
out?
don't do it.
Yeah. So it's like, there's a lot of things that, you know, that were done generationally that I'm trying to change now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
I remember I was
I feel
16
that.
years old. I'm driving with my mom, and just randomly, like, we were talking about something totally different out of nowhere. She goes, Clark, you having sex?
Oh.
Out of nowhere.
That's it. And I'm like, no. She said, I'm okay.
Yeah, that's
What?
it. That's it.
So it's like, you know, me, I was like, well, I have a daughter. I'm like, I'm gonna put her up on game.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't want nobody
I'm like that
messing
too,
with her. I
man.
don't want no, yeah. Like,
'Cause-
I need to be on point, like OP. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's because, bro, just don't do it as kids. You know, when you hear "don't do it," you gonna do it.
What
Like,
I mean,
do more
what I mean,
research.
y'all
Yeah,
should.
yeah, you gonna do it. Like, so, it is what it is.
Yeah, man.
And then and also I was doing some research.
Yeah, this nigga.
What you about to do?
I just got him a napkin.
Oh, man. You know what that reminds me? And I know,
Classroom.
yeah, or you know, like in church.
De la Colette, so.
Ain't nobody put money yet, but we gonna keep that
We'll keep it back.
Oh shoot.
offering.
But yeah, nah, that's dope that you gonna do that with your daughter. You know, when I eventually have my kid, you know, my kids, like, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, teach them, like, off rip, like, this is the life you live in, bro. Like, this is it. This is how mommy and daddy got you here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wifey said no.
Come on, wife, man.
That's my wife. She's like, I be talking to my daughter as she's 4 months. I'll be like, look,
Oh my goodness.
you need to go to sleep because me and your mama trying to get it down. Say that. Don't I'm like, you didn't know where she came from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you have like certain limitations as far as what to censor to a child? If sex isn't one, what would be one?
Weed, drugs.
Drugs. Well,
For
no.
real?
To be honest, I told my wife, I was like, if I ever catch my kid smoking weed, it's not
World
gonna be,
star.
it's not gonna be a punishment. It's gonna be all right, who's your plug?
I'm dead.
Plug getting punished.
Oh, the
After I
plug.
Yo.
Oh,
Going
okay.
back to my child, I was like, look, if you ever ever need this,
Okay, that
let
makes
me
sense.
know.
I thought you were about to say, "Where's the plug?" Because I need to use
Exactly. That's what I thought you were gonna do that.
Were you saying that
Yo.
because you think they could put something in it?
There
Yeah.
we go. Because
That's true.
I've
That
had that
DMX.
experience with friends who end up in mental hospitals because
That's real.
They
got
think it's-
laced.
yeah.
Some people died. So it's like I already know. I'm like, I'm not a smoker, but if you need it, I know where to get it safely. All right, don't do that.
I got my
don't
own
go behind my
plug.
back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you want me to, I'll smoke with you. I'm that type of parent. You know what I'm saying? Like because I didn't like to say I didn't have. Well, my parents were cool, but they weren't that cool to be like. My dad was like. My dad was just don't do that drugs. That's it. Why?
Yeah.
You know,
Why?
and I was that kid. Like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, me
You gotta give
too.
me examples. You gotta elaborate for me.
'Cause I'ma do
My
it
dad
still.
worked for BSO, but he works in the probation office. So
Shout out to Pops.
yeah, he
Yeah,
meets a
big
lot
facts.
of young Haitian men who get caught up in the drug world.
Yeah.
But it be the heavy drugs like methamphetamine, crack, cocaine, all
That's
that.
them drugs.
Heroin.
Yeah, all that crazy stuff, and of course marijuana too.
Yeah.
But there's them boys that's trying to sell that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just be vibing. I'm like, I tell my kids, look, I'm the coolest dad you'll ever have.
I know.
So-
I'm with you. What's up?
So, since your dad worked as over there, was it like he was comparing you to the people that was in? That's why he got
Yeah,
he was so hard on you
He ain't
on
worked there
that.
until like I was like 20. But it's
Oh,
not
you was
so-
grown.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not so much comparing me. It's
Yeah.
just he would come home with stories,
Mm.
and because I was doing videos, everybody, and he was be in my videos sometimes. He'd be like, "Yo, people know me now."
People know me now.
They'll come up to him like, "Poppy, I remember you. You from Zoe Poze video? You Zoe Poze dad?" I'm like, "Yeah." So, and like he's like, "Bro, I gotta leave here soon because it's too much people." you know?
Yeah, too much.
And then-
He famous
you know what
now.
I'm saying? Like it was something I was about to say, but I'm not gonna say it. But
It's out in the
I'll-
open.
say it.
It's out in the open.
It's out in the open,
I'm
bro.
open, but not for him. It's his.
Oh, you're talking your
yeah.
dad.
Oh.
Jeopardy.
Yeah. He gonna go home and jig on tonight.
I'll set
waiting
off
for
the
him
books. I'll set
laid
off the
down.
books, yeah.
Now, I wanted you to talk about. I did some research that your home caught on fire.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I wanted
That's
you
major.
to talk about that. Like,
That's
how's that
major.
experience?
Man, I was at work, you know what I'm saying? And my mother was home, my cousin Billy was home, my cousin Muley was home, Nafi was home, Grandpa was home. Me and my dad was not the only people that was not home. And I was just chilling at work. I work at an elementary school with aftercare. I love kids, so.
That's what's up, bro.
And
That was like after high school, that job, right?
yeah.
Okay.
This was like 2019.
Oh, that was recent.
I graduated a long time ago. Let's not talk about that.
2012, right?
We're going to get into that now.
That's the exact.
Yeah, he did his research. 2012.
But
That's
yeah,
not too
man, I
long.
was at
Wait,
work.
that's not too long. I graduated 2013.
Yeah, that's not too long.
Oh, yeah.
You said good.
Oh, vegan.
Yo, you just exposed your age.
You just exposed yourself, bro.
Vegan, what you like 27, 26?
Yeah, 27. Golly, I'm old.
Same
That means
here.
he's
Hey, why did I
28.
say
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah.
Like in old bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was at work and I was just chilling with the kids, and it was like a chill day. And then my phone, I got 2 missed calls from my cousin. And I didn't see it, and then when I go to pick it up and call her back, I can see a text, "Oh, a house on fire." I'm like, No, I kept calling back, nobody was answering.
I hate
Called
that.
everybody, nobody was answering. I'm like, how you just called me?
Exactly. I hate that stuff.
Just called me. Pet peeve.
Yeah.
But, so I was like, yo, I told my boss, I gotta go. Like, I brought all the kids to another room with another teacher. I was like, I gotta go. My house caught on fire. I don't know what's going on. Nobody's answering their phone. I left. And mind you, it takes me like 20 minutes to get to work. I got over there in like 12 minutes, bro.
Damn, bro,
Period.
you were zooming on the
Sliding.
road, bro.
I
It's
wasn't driving that fast because it was like midday, so it was traffic.
oh yeah.
And I don't take the highway or anything. It was local roads, 441. And I'm like, I'm trying to get home, and I'm looking at the skies because I know where my house is. So if if it was a big fire,
Yeah,
I would
then you
be
can
able to
see.
it.
Yeah, the smoke.
I'm looking Mbawe. But I keep
Damn.
forgetting, like, we have huge trees. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like, and it's like when I get on the block from like down, like probably like 300 yards, I see nothing but red and blue lights.
Damn.
Lights. I'm like, damn, this is bad. And I just calmly tried to get there. Like when I got to my block, I just calmly tried to get there. Like breathe, because I was thinking, I'm like, well, is Grandpa okay? Because like when I was living at home, I used to take Grandpa to doctors all the time, so I knew all of his underlying medical conditions, and he had pneumonia before, not pneumonia, pneumonia too, but bronchitis as well. So I know his lungs aren't, 100% healthy, and I wanted to be. This is a sidebar. I wanted to be a police officer. You know what I'm saying? SRT, Special Response Team. But I found the life of hosting, so I was like, forget that.
Forget that.
It be like that.
As soon as I got there, like I went into police officer mode. I was like, yo, where's my grandpa? All right, he's over there. I'm like, all right, can we move him further away from the house? Because the smoke, I can smell it. I can feel it in my lungs. Yeah. His lungs is definitely not okay, but my grandpa's like a low-key soldier. Then he's standing. Yeah, he's like, Grandpa, sit down. No. He's like, and my mom was telling me how she had to like grab my grandpa, like hold him like this and run out with him because this man was trying to stop the fire. Wow. It already spread because it started in the wall. Went to the roof. It already spread too fast. And this man outside with the hose in a bucket, throwing little splashes. I'm like, bro, you are not a firefighter. You are a farmer. Relax. You retired, bro. And the man he was 90 at the time doing all that.
Oh, wow.
And exactly.
What caused the fire, though? What caused it?
It was an electrical fire. Okay. Yeah, so when I got there, and I was like, yo, where's Grandpa? Grandpa okay? Where's Nathan? Where's Billy? Where's everybody's accounted for? So I'm like, I went to the paramedics. I was like, do you guys have oxygen to give my grandfather? I want to make sure his lungs is fine. My grandpa was like, no, I'm like, no, grandpa, I'm just shit down on ambulance line. You just sitting in the ambulance.
Yeah, get some fresh air.
You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to get him away from all the smoke because it was everywhere.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to, and then I still forced him. And I'm like, Grandpa, I'm going to buy again, just to make sure. And they ended up taking him to the hospital anyway because they, and I needed them to take his vitals. Yeah, I didn't know because the blood pressure.
Right.
So I was on it, and then after everybody was accounted for, like I literally went to everybody individually, like, "Are you okay? Everything fine?" And then as soon as I didn't even look at the house yet.
Wow.
Firefighters, they had to look at the ladder up, spraying from the top. I seen, like, from my peripherals, I seen what was happening, but I didn't even look at the house. And then when I made sure everybody was good, I turned around and looked at the house.
That thing was burnt.
I broke down crying, bro. I'm like, dang, bro. All these memories just gone. Like
Gone.
90% of the house is
Wait, how long you was living in that house?
Years.
That was...
Oh, that's your childhood house?
childhood, bro.
So...
Like, moved there.
Wow.
All right, my brother, 2001. Because my brother was born in 2000. We lived there since 2001.
So 18
So that
years.
was where you lived in
I lived there for like
Norfolk Valley there, right?
20 years.
No, that was in Margate.
That was okay.
Bro, 20 years, bro. I was like, dang.
Dang.
All gone.
And
Like the cars, did it get affected?
no, the
Like,
cars
okay.
didn't get affected.
Okay.
It was just surprising though, because that
thing was-
fire blazing. When they showed me the
Sheesh.
video after,
What's crazy is you said there was a Bible in there.
there was
Yeah,
one-
yeah.
Bible
It didn't
that
get
did
burned.
Bible. Two things.
Talk about that.
two
That was
things
crazy.
That didn't get that was unaffected, which is my laptop that has literally all of Zoe Poze's content,
Thank you,
ideas,
Jesus.
That's crazy.
everything. Like if I had lost that, like I'm literally starting from scratch. And
Where was that at in the house?
It was in my book bag in the hamper. And I don't like when my siblings use my laptop for stuff.
Let's say you been hiding it.
So I hide it. There's clothes on top of the bag in the hamper.
Yeah.
So, and then my Bible was on top of my stereo radio in the room, untouched, dry.
Wow.
Just a
That's
little
crazy.
damp. I'm like,
Dang.
wow.
How?
But I had the case, the little zipper case.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the Bible. So, and it was just amazing. I just walked in there, like when they finally let us in, it was dark because it took, fire marshals had to come check the house, and they had to double check to make sure it's safe to walk through and all of that. And they still was doing an investigation as we were walking through, trying to salvage what we can. I left with zero clothes. Whatever I had on me, my work clothes. That's all I had. And we tried to salvage as much as we can. I was like, I was like, I don't want to take anything with me, bro. This is I was devastated. I don't want to take anything. I'm the type of person, bro. Let's just start fresh, bro.
Yeah, start fresh.
I was ready. Like me, sometimes I mentally jump ahead of myself when it's come to a traumatic experience. Like I'll think about this later. Let's just move on. Like, I'll be ready to move on, and then I think about it gradually, and then just thank God for the process. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Is that a good strategy for you though?
Yeah,
like to
me,
like kind of.
It helps for me.
Okay.
Like I'm always leveled. Like I'm already an intense person as it is. Like I be lit 24/7.
Yeah.
So when it comes
Very.
time for me to relax, like I know how to relax myself. Like last night when.
Yeah.
Man.
Last night.
Right.
No, hold on. How did you guys' brain come together as family after this traumatic event? Like,
Man, hey,
was
listen, church is a family, bro. When you have a good
church, yeah.
a good church, like, because I was involved in my church a lot. My mom was involved, so it's like when everybody heard that happen, you know, my best friend pulled up, whole church pulled up, and all our neighbors pulled up. And in the neighborhood I live in, neighbors, we don't really talk to each other like that.
Yeah.
We just know of each other. Like,
Hey, what's up?
we'll have,
hello.
every month or so, we'll sit outside, have a conversation. But you know, only our neighbors that was right next to us is we were closest with, because you know they've been there as longer than us.
Yes.
So you know, and they were Puerto Ricans, and the ladies' sons, they always tell me like, don't smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
You can smoke. Don't mind me, just don't smoke cigarettes. Like,
Yeah,
they
don't
always
smoke,
tell me,
yeah.
don't smoke cigarettes. And I commend him for that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, everybody came together. Like I said, by the end of the night, we had probably like 30 cases of water.
Wow.
Dang.
That's good, man.
By the next
Yes.
day, in the evening, and not evening, in the afternoon,
Think what's gone.
we already had a bunch of clothes in our hotel room. Like, yo, this is for you. We have this. You know, everybody's donating like crazy, like donating clothes,
That's
food,
dope.
everything. Like, and the church came together. People paid for a hotel for us for 2 weeks. It was
Wow.
like a nice suite, like 2 rooms for 2 weeks. I'm like, yo, I didn't know the importance of a community.
Yeah.
Now I see what community means, and like, you know, and it was that time was like, you know, I was already a community type of guy with Haitian people that does anything in the Haitian community.
Facts.
So when y'all reach out to me, I was like, hell yeah, let's go, let's do it. But it took us a while, because I'm
Yeah. Y'all over the place, huh?
but I would tell y'all, Evie does a great job communicating with me. You know,
Oh, yeah.
because I'm big on communication.
High five.
Flowers.
Big shout out.
So
Yes.
come on, I gotta give credit where it's due. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
But yeah, man.
Yeah,
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, that's dope. But
So y'all got a new house? Y'all good? Y'all situated?
Everybody asked
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
we moved literally 5 minutes away from the old house.
Wow.
Like,
It's like a reminder every time.
yeah, no,
Like,
the
yeah.
house it's rebuilt now.
It's rebuilt. Okay.
It's
Word?
rebuilt.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just it's man, we went through some we went through it to get that house fixed up, rebuilt, like with insurance. Like let's just say I could have became a public adjuster after that house fire, because my parents don't know a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. But
you had to learn it.
the person who can best communicate and translate everything was
It was
me.
you, yeah.
So I was on the phone with them boys all the time. And
Dang.
it got so, like, I communicated with them so well and got everything done so well, because it was like, you know, in order to get reimbursed on certain things, any purchase you guys make, save the receipt, take a picture of it, put it in
That's a lot.
PDF document, upload it every time. Like, it was a lot. And like, I literally, every time we went out to buy something, I was like, yo, give me the receipt. I had a Ziploc bag, all the receipts. So like,
Oh, the
this year.
receipts.
And then like, one night I just took a picture, like, scanned everything, just upload it, and like, and then do that every week, every receipt we use. And it was a headache. And then the guy even asked me to come work for him as a public adjuster. He was like, yo,
Wow.
I'll pay for your testing license or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not interested, bro.
Yeah, you're not, yeah, that's not
Make
you.
a lot of money. I was like, I know, but it's
the
not
hosting
that's not
stuff.
my cup of tea. Like, maybe when I get older.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so it's probably, I don't want to say on a lighter note, because that sounds so like insensitive. But on a lighter note,
Oh God. Go ahead.
And I wanted to ask literally because, like, you know, we know the name, like, Zoe Poze and stuff like
You don't
that.
care about my feelings. I just talked about the
This man a comedian for real.
No, I care. I care about everything. I'm so sorry.
I thought it was all in the open.
I'll
sorry.
give-
Don't have her go. She gonna start. Stop. Don't have it.
Oh,
Go ahead, Eve.
But I was gonna say, like, damn. Now I feel like I should just.
Go ahead.
Okay. So,
Listen, you can't hurt my feelings.
oh no, I'm gonna ask, but I was gonna just ask, like, literally how, like, the Zoe Poze that came. That's
be?
just it. Yeah, to be.
name?
Yeah, I don't know if that's like off topic, but
Yeah, you low key, bro. You know you're an OG goat.
yeah, you
This
are.
man
Like, you
OG, bro.
Orange juice?
No, like you original, like
This man said orange juice.
like that. That's a following question.
Yeah,
based
tell him
on
orange
the name,
juice. Yeah.
on top of what led you to even hold the camera and put it out on social media. Like both of those
Yeah.
questions, like
And
because you're
become a
really
host, all
like
that
you're
stuff.
a trailblazer, bro.
Thank you, man.
Like
You
you're
are.
a founding father.
Thank you so much.
Honestly,
So he's
like,
saying you're old.
nah, like
Wow.
he's well experienced. Like you,
I'm just kidding.
My high school, like, cause I went to Evans, is a predominantly Haitian.
I'm going to Evans.
Going to Evans?
Going to Evans, of
yeah,
course.
you did some
Comedy
business,
shows
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, of
I
course.
used to watch your videos,
It's
bro.
right off
Dick.
the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
We used to watch y'all videos, your video, especially. We used to die
You,
laughing,
cello,
bro.
cello.
Listen, I just the other day, because I started doing this for 2012. Just the other day, I realized it's been 10 years since I've been like
Shit.
doing comedy and hosting. Just the
Damn.
other day, because like I was in Amherst, Massachusetts,
I saw that
at
one.
UMass Amherst, and then all these kids is young. I could see it in their face. I'm like, these is jits, man. I'm the only. I probably
Yeah.
was the oldest person in the room, bro. I'm like,
Wow.
Probably.
There's one guy. He's I'm like talking to. He was about to sing. I'm talking to him. I'm like, yo, you got your song ready? You got everything ready? Da, da, da. Making sure he's ready for the next performance. While the other performers like that, he stops and like, yo, I used to watch your videos, man. And I'm like, bro,
Wow.
I'm like, when? And he was like, I was in elementary school. I was like, I'm like, we're not that. We're not that.
Yeah,
my
we're
brother,
not-
I'm like, dang, you must be my brother's age or something. 'Cause-
Damn.
And he was telling me, too much people been walking up to me and be like, yo, I used to watch you in elementary school. I'm like, can y'all stop doing that?
Yeah, can't stop
You're
doing
old.
that. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, okay, man.
It's crazy.
No, because you gotta understand, like, being for me, being like in a predominantly like American, you know what I'm saying, society, and to see somebody, on my phone is connecting with me. That's like Haitian kids that's come from Haiti that can't come here.
Exactly.
Like that's like gold, because it's like, man, he's doing numbers and he's for us. That's us.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I'm saying? That's not them. That's not the Americans. this is
yeah,
us.
yeah.
So,
And the
yeah,
fact-
yeah,
and
We're
the
not
definitely.
by
fact-
ourselves, yeah.
Exactly.
You experienced that
Never
too?
was.
What?
Facts.
That's crazy. But how'd you come up with the name?
So Zoe Poze was birthed in, I would say 2007. I was in middle school. I used to fight a lot in middle school. Like
That was the question I had.
I would have very bad anger issues because the bullying.
Yeah.
So and I commend myself for, like, when I think about it now, like I wasn't as bad as people made it out to be.
He was.
Problem child.
This was a vagabond.
I wasn't a
You
problem
a
child. Like, the school would call my mom.
It's always the comedians
and
that
I
are
would hear
problem
it on
child.
speaker, and it was like, your son was fighting today. She's like, not my son.
Not my son.
He called her like 3 times during the week. No, not my son. So my mom believed in me, but she would also cry too. But I wasn't as bad as people made it out to be. I never got arrested. I never got expelled. You know what I'm saying? People know, like the school would know I get bullied too. But they'll try to be like, well, you need to come to an adult. I do. I don't do that.
They don't.
Right.
So I took matters in my own hands. So I had anger issues, and then like right before 8th grade, summer, about to fight. No, yeah, right before 8th grade year, first day of school, man. My friend was like, "Yo, Zoe, this year we got a Poze." Like, he was like, "You got a Poze?" And I had so many different types of names, and like I had THB 93. True Haitian boy.
Yeah.
I used to call myself Haitian Poppy, Haitian boy, True Haitian boy. Like all the different variation of
Yeah.
Haitian nicknames you could have. I had them, but like I stuck, and then it started with Zoe because I learned about Zoe Pound.
Yeah, Zoe
Everybody was
Pound.
scared
Yeah.
of Zoe Pound. So I used to lie to people like, I'm in Zoe Pound.
And be like,
Just
oh,
to get out of
dang.
fights.
Yeah.
I used to, when I tell you I used to lie to people, say I was in Zoe Pound, bro.
They believed it, too, right?
Hey, they believe it.
I used to like watch the documentaries.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So and then when
I'm
it's the documentaries
clueless.
about Zoe Pound, they talked about I forgot the names. Like there was something called one of them called Red something.
Dang.
Makazo.
Yeah.
And I literally
I used to watch these too.
When I tell you I would Google these guys, back then it wasn't Google, it was Bing.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
on Bing's researching.
Bing,
I
bro.
kept typing Zoe, Haitian Zoe. Like I could everything
Yeah.
I could learn about it.
Yeah.
And I'd never been to Miami at that age.
Mm-hmm.
You know, only when my parents boîte Haiti.
Yeah.
Go to those warehouses.
Man, you know.
Oh, they all do that.
And then what, bro?
That's the only Miami I've been to.
Hey.
So I used to lie to people and say, yeah, I'm Zoe Pound. And then that one year, my friend was like, yo, Zoe Poze. I'm like,
That's fire.
I'm like, I like that name, Zoe Poze.
Oh,
That's
snap,
fire as
bro.
heck, bro.
Yeah, it is. It
It's
is.
just- I stuck with the name. And I don't even remember who the person was that said
Damn.
that. You know what I'm saying?
He should
Run
have
him
get a
money.
percentage.
Word, cut that
Damn.
check.
His
Nah.
money.
Well,
I don't even remember.
He probably does.
Exactly.
You don't remember.
Let me
do
get
not
20%.
Exactly.
This
So.
is how I knew I really stopped fighting in middle school. It was like 8th grade. It was like the last day before winter break. Some dude, you know how like, I don't know if it happens to y'all school, like the 8th graders will go on to high school, but they still come back because high school kids are early. They still come back and hang out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Post
This
up.
one kid came back. He was trying to bully people, like flinching at people. I'm like, yo, I ain't no bitch, bro. Don't do that.
Word.
And he's like, you trying to fad? I'm like, what's up? Meet me at Wendy's. Meet me behind Wendy's.
Behind Wendy's.
The Wendy's in Margate, Florida,
Yeah.
on the intersection of 441.
This man remember that name vividly, bro.
Bro, have seen its fair share of fights.
Yo.
I bet it has.
Bro, my goodness, yo.
Everybody tuned in.
Listen, sometimes police would just be posted up because they know certain days. Fridays,
Oh yeah.
fight day.
Oh,
Fight day.
yes.
Fridays, fight day. Haitian Flag Day, did twice as much as police. What? They used to walk around school taking everybody flags. So.
Oh, damn.
No, I hate that. I
My
used to
flag
hate
is
that.
I had mine stitched on the shirt.
Oh, sure.
My shirt off,
I used to hate
wear a
that.
hoodie
dog.
over the flag. I'm like, I can't even represent.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But
Used to
it
take
was
people's
fun.
flags.
And like, yeah, so like the day before winter break, I said, yo, you want to go meet me behind Wendy's? I was telling everybody, yo, I'm about to fight. His name was Slim. I'm about to fight Slim.
That's the thing about y'all. Y'all tell everybody, and y'all don't know
Got
who
to.
be talking. So it's like,
And I didn't even tell that much people. That was the crazy part. It's when I got to Wendy's, one. I'm like, and
the word
I'm
travels.
like, that's dang. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of people. And then everybody huddled around us. I just, for the first time ever, like I ain't come up to like usually when I come to fight, I'm ready. I was like, what's up? At the first time ever, I was like, both my hands down like this. And then he just came out of nowhere. He stood right in front of me just like this, and he just.
Dang.
Damn.
And the first time in a fight I've ever bled. We're middle schoolers. We don't have that much strength.
Yeah.
That much bleed in the fight. A couple bruises here and there, scratches from falling on the floor. But first time I saw blood in a fight. So he stuck and punched me. I went like this. In my mind, I'm like, oh yeah,
Damn. So you went
Here
back.
comes the boy give me minutes like stop
Yeah.
fighting, bro.
Stop.
And I just turned around and walked away. He
Oh,
didn't do nothing.
shoot.
And everybody like, so
Damn, that boy humble.
bro.
Poze.
I was like, it's cool, it's cool.
Poze, man, that's your name.
You know, I was one of those kids when I get angry, I'll cry. Like, and people think I'm a crybaby. I'm not a crybaby. I'm just
just angry.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, you don't want me to be crying angry because that I will.
Yeah, you messed
Like
him up.
that.
But I wasn't like that. So I was like, you know what? I just left it alone. I walked all the way home with my busted lip. I still got the scar here today.
Damn, that's crazy. Damn, Slim.
Yeah.
I still got the scar.
Man,
You
Slim,
messed
mess
up, bro. Look where he at now, man. Slim, bro. Slim, look where he at now.
Let me tell you how respected I was in middle school. Everybody that I thought wasn't like rocking with me like that, they was rocking with me.
Wow.
Because I think later that day, they told me they found Slim, they jumped Slim,
Dang.
they made him take off all his clothes and run home. They showed me the video. They sent it to me. We had MySpace. They sent it to me.
Oh,
on
yeah,
MySpace.
yeah.
Yo.
Hey, Fonto, what you gonna say now?
I'm like, this is gonna be good when I get back. Right? I went to break. I waited 2 weeks. I came back. I'm ready. Who wanna hit me? Anybody?
Yeah, you would.
This time I'm gonna watch it.
Why was it like that?
Porcelain.
Because you was that class clown, like you had everybody
Yeah, I was
back.
that person. Like I don't bother people. People bother me. So, like it even happened in high school. High school, I didn't fight at all. But there was one time I was on the football team.
Oh yeah. You play football.
There was one
What position
time-
you play?
Lineman. I
Lineman,
wanted to be a
okay.
linebacker. I wanted to be running back, but I said I really wanted to be linebacker, but
Yeah.
because I was big, like lineman. I'm like, I'm not. Look at my wrist, bro. This is not lineman wrist.
Yeah, big
Come
hand.
on, bro. I'm telling you, I used to.
They made more money though. You know that, right?
Mbappe c'est connu.
You played for Tom Brady.
Football just to do it. You know?
Yeah.
So I had to go home all the time in high school.
Like all high school boys.
And
I
escape.
joined drama. I joined band. I did everything.
Oh yeah, that's good.
But yeah, man. Like even in high school, like I didn't bother nobody. I didn't get no fights, no art, no. Yo, I'm gonna beat your ass. Ain't none of that ever happened to me because I never gave off that energy. You know what I'm saying? And it was one time that this one kid, because I lived in Margate, and this kid's from Pompano kids, and Black American kids. They're the most annoying kids. Like they were bullied for no reason. And this one kid, I think I was my junior, senior year. This one kid, I knew he was on the football team. Like I remember pushing him, like, "Come on, you could do this. You could do this. Come on," like because we was back and forth on the field and running bleachers, all of that. And he was a freshman. Like that boy, I remember when I was in his position, that boy was. he looked like, mind you, he was running with no shirt on. This boy got abs cut than me.
Yeah.
I had a gut.
Yeah.
And I'm way more in shape than this kid. I'm like, come on, you got this. Come on, let's go. And he was a little Haitian dude, and you know I protect my Haitians no matter what.
Period.
And we wasn't even friends just because we was on the football team together, and it was that sense of community, bro. And them Pompano kids, one of them had that the school newspaper. They balled it up like 3 newspapers. It was wow, like 3 of them whacking his head, wow, in the hallway next to the boys' locker room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all boys chill. I stopped them. They all dropped their little things. They all surround me. I'm like, oh shit. And then I don't like fighting in the hallways. I like going outside.
Preference.
Bro, I'm dangerous, bro. And mind you, around that time, I was in Police Explorers 1. So we were driving to Davie at the police headquarters to do martial arts training, and I was already taking martial arts at the side. I'm like, these niggas gonna get something today. And
you was ready.
what? And I'm like, mind you, I haven't fought in a long time. And I had boxing gloves at home, and I had a punching bag. So I'd be ready.
Yeah.
And
Dangerous for real.
I went outside to the outside cafeteria. I don't know if y'all schools had an outside cafeteria.
Yeah.
With the concrete and then the vending machine.
Yeah.
Cage over it.
Yeah.
Bro, I already knew what I was gonna do. I stood right in front of the vending machine that had the cage. I'm like, his head going to the vending machine.
Plotting.
It's like a movie.
What? All that happened so fast, and then literally, I took off my book bag, all of that, and if people was, and it's like the kids knew, because it was after school, everybody's walking towards the bus area or outside to the car area. So I don't know how people just realized we were about to fight. Everybody stopped. People pull
It's
out
like you could feel
phones.
it, yeah.
And then they all 3 surrounded me. I was like, come on, let's go. And I don't know what they were doing, but literally, the people that were surrounding us was people that was ready to fight for me.
Oh shit.
Wow.
And I remember exactly the first person. It was Omar.
Shout out to Omar.
Yeah, big
He's
shout out.
Haitian.
Oh yeah.
Mind you, we weren't friends like that. It's just we was on a football team together. And Milkshake. Yeah, I still remember these boys. You know what I'm saying? Them boys successful now, doing their thing. They throw parties down, in Fort Lauderdale. So
Big shout out.
Big shout out.
big
for
shout
real.
out to them. And I ain't never, because I wasn't part of no clique. I had no clique in high school. I was cool with everybody: Jamaicans, Haitians, Hispanics, everybody.
You think that's how make you super friendly with
Anime club. I don't care who you are. You could be as weird as you could be. I could vibe with you.
That's dope. That's dope.
So, and it was they circled around and they called they boys, and by the time them boys could have made a move, it was just too much. They were outnumbered. It was
I wouldn't
surrounded.
either,
it was
yeah.
20-3. Come on.
Yeah.
Dang.
I'm like, come on, let's get this started. they just forget about it. And it's like, and I'll see them every day after that at school. They don't even. I'm bad to someone. So it's like, you know, and at that time, like, I didn't even walk around cocky. I was like, I just felt grateful for that moment because I'm like, yeah, I had martial arts training, but do you really think that probably would have helped me that day? Because you know,
it's
black guys, they don't fight fair.
They don't.
They
They
will
jump.
jump.
They're gonna stop. They're gonna stomp you. All of that.
Yeah, all
And I
of
was
that.
like, I'm not ready to get stomped.
Yeah.
I already bled once. I'm not bleeding again.
Back getting washed though.
No, it was no rocks.
You know these Haitians, bro.
That's why I said vending machine. The rocks, the area that
He
the
had a
rocks was too
plan.
far. You know what I'm saying? If I had started walking towards that area of the rocks,
Gotta grab
I
your
know they would've
backpack. Yeah.
Try to mush me from behind.
Yeah.
That's one thing with me, bro. And anytime somebody try to fight me, like, I don't give you my back.
Yep.
Because I've seen it all. Like, my freshman year at Coconut Creek High School, stabbing, drug overdoses. And mind you, it's not the older kids, it's all the freshmen doing all this crazy.
Wow, bro. That's
Dang.
So, you know, and it was a fight the first week of school, second day of school. Like, it was, like, I was overwhelmed. Like, I was terrified. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was terrified. Because I stopped fighting. I'm like, I didn't know what to expect. Like,
Damn.
I just like, let me just be myself, stay away from everybody. I'm on the football team. Nobody ain't gonna touch me. You know, most of the football players is black Amike, so they know I'm cool.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yo, he cool. He cool.
Damn, for real.
I was gonna ask, as far as going to in the comedian side, like when you started, you say you're not a stand-up comedian. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he's not.
I was in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't claim that anymore. Like,
Okay.
I can do it.
So, like, do you think it's harder, or do you think that like social media people can be stand-up comedians?
You talking about like Shiggy? Is that what you're saying?
Or do you
Desi?
think it's a difference?
Oh, yeah, Desi, yeah.
Is it like a difference? Is it like, you know?
My advantage
Yeah.
is when I started doing videos, and then my first gig was in New York and in Jersey. And they had booked me from watching my videos. Everybody just assumed I did stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
My advantage was me and my father, we'd watch stand-up comedy a lot. So, you know, he would buy these cassette tapes of the comedians. And he loves comedy. And then that's how he learned English. Like he really enunciated
What's his
himself.
favorite comedian?
I don't even know, to be honest. Adam Sandler.
Word.
Wow.
Adam Sandler. Wow.
Adam Sandler, he loves Seinfeld.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
I never
wow.
consider
My favorite-
Seinfeld funny, bro.
I have a lot of favorites.
Yeah.
Top three.
I don't
Dang.
even have top three.
What
Put him
about
on
Kevin
spot.
Hart?
Because everybody,
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
He said,
Why you did that? Why you?
Because everybody asks me, what about Kevin Hart? Every interview, what about Kevin Hart? Because I know that the
Kevin Hart not
controversy
really.
behind Kevin Hart. So it's like, when people ask me, I'm like, why?
Why?
Everybody's going to always ask about Kevin Hart. Because, you know, he's the most popular, the most
Yeah,
highest
for real,
grossing
for real.
paid comedian.
Word. I thought he was gonna say like Richard Pryor
or Chris Rock.
Yeah.
I watch
Steve,
Richard
like
Pryor.
Steve Harvey, Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac, rest in peace.
Chris
Bernie
Rock.
Mac, that was one. I used to watch his show all the time, and I love his stand-ups. Like me, like right before, like I'm about to go on tour with Haitian and Hilarious.
Yeah.
Success is the only person that can get me out of retirement
Yeah.
and go do stand-up comedy.
Yo.
I'm not.
Yo, blow this up right now.
You don't understand. People offered me $2,000 to do
Success.
30 minutes. I was like, no,
What?
no.
Why you don't want to? Because you
I
respect the art that
I
much.
respect the art that much.
That makes sense.
I don't want to go like, oh, I'm
That
a
makes
stand-up comedian.
sense.
You know, so
That
I
makes
tell people
sense.
I am an entertainer.
Mm.
So I can do stand-up comedy. I'll go up there and tell stories.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make it animated and all that, because that's how I learned. Like, literally just watching, you know, stand-up comedy. Because that first time, I had never done comedy before. So it's like, what am I don't know what I'm doing, but my dad helped me. My dad was also a blogger in Haiti. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he had cassette tapes of him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And I know
yeah.
you know like what's my my dad used to watch one of his
Lungy
favorite
Shot.
Lungy Shot.
Lungy shot.
yeah.
Dizzy Rob.
Dizzy Up. Not Dizzy Up. Like,
These are like
Yeah.
that's
old stand up.
Oh, bro.
Growing up watching.
Jesse Farr, no?
Jesse Farr.
Jesse
Yeah,
Farr.
it's Jesse
Yeah.
Farr.
He didn't do those
Yeah.
type of jokes. Like, he didn't. Lungy Shot, you know, Jesse Farr, that was more theater.
Yeah,
comedy.
Yeah, true.
He was more like, he would like tell you a story, and then, like, you'd have to think about it, like, you know what I'm saying, to get the point of the story. But I had an advantage, you know, between a lot of other social media influencers that's, you know, that goes into comedy. I had an advantage. I watched comedy, stand-up comedy. All I did was just watch a bunch of stand-up comedy specials, and that's when Netflix just came out.
Just came out. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was just on there. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I just did my thing, man.
Yeah.
And I just from there, and what I did, my secret was the videos that I did.
Yeah.
All the popular ones. I just took it, put it on paper, and prolonged it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
And I
smart.
just
That's so
reenacted
dope.
it on stage.
Yep,
You just have more of a story.
Yeah.
You
That's
know, I give
good.
people more of a visual of the video that they watch.
Yeah.
Because that's what they know me for. So I was like, I might as well use those videos.
Yeah, that's-
Right.
yeah.
That's
You
a
know what I'm
good tool for like those who, because there's a lot of stand-up social media comedians that struggle to like
I think
finesse
DC
it.
is like one of my favorites.
Oh yeah,
but
he's the
like-
one that he broke out of that. Yeah, there's some, like Shiggy. He's like stuck in that social media aspect.
Influencers.
Yeah,
dancers.
yeah. But as far as like stand-up, because it's an art, and the
I
way
think
that
you'll
you
be
broke it
dope,
down.
though.
But he broke it down already.
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of comedians, they struggle with that. Well, social media comedians struggle with that, and that's a good tool to like actually maneuver out of that, because a lot of them want to, but they don't know the formula, and you just
Yeah.
gave them the key right there.
I
So
tell
I
people,
hope
man,
y'all
find
take
your
that.
niche, man. You
Yeah.
can do
It's
funny
always that,
videos
too.
and be good at something else. Find your niche, man.
That's
like
powerful.
me, like I open my mind to everything. Like for example, now I'm learning how to DJ. Like,
Wow.
might as well. I'm a host.
Host.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
that's
And-
really important, bro.
Yeah, and when I be with the DJs, I be like, okay. And then there's some DJs that won't teach you anything. There's some DJs that will. My favorite DJ in Orlando is DJ Genuine.
Oh, yeah,
You know
yeah,
Genuine?
yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
And
Big
after
shout
DJ
outs.
Genuine is Exclusive City.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
So after that, I don't remember anybody else. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Dang.
DJ Squad.
Oh.
Shout out DJ Squad real
Oh, yeah,
quick.
DJ Squad.
Oh yeah, DJ Squad.
But-
Yeah. In the middle.
I don't know who it is, but okay. But I was gonna ask you, comedian, comics. Right now in 2022, y'all going through a lot, right? Y'all going through a lot as far as like people not,
Respecting it.
not. Yeah, people are just on edge,
Yeah.
sensitive. How do you
Oh,
feel
yeah.
about that? How do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, AKA
Cancel
Will
culture.
Smith,
Yeah, yeah. How
Chris
do you feel
Rock.
about that? Like,
But
do you think that
Cancel
comics
culture
should
does
be
not affect
left
me.
alone?
That's what I was about to say, bro.
Cancel culture does not affect me.
Oh, just don't sit in the front row if you go.
Yeah, don't sit in the front row, bro. Like, because I know comedians who they just that whole front row. You're getting roasted. Like, when I go to comedy shows, I sit in the front row and I be like, roast me. Like, I be ready to be roasted. I like. It's fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody just talk crap about you.
Yeah.
I don't
that
know.
artwork.
It's just
So,
fun. to
so
me.
you don't think no jokes is off limits? No. So if somebody talking about your mom
It's a joke.
or your wife.
or your wife, your
Well, you say it depends on
daughter,
the settings, right? If it's like you're at the show,
Yeah, if I'm at the show, it's a.
you expect that to
The
happen.
Oscars, like, come on. That's,
Oh, let's talk about
That's
that.
that's Chris
That's
Rock.
what they wanted you to talk about.
Bro.
Too.
Talk about that.
That's why they brought it up. That's why
what
they
he
brought it
said.
up.
I'm going through a lot. I know what you're talking about. I ain't going through that.
Bro, they were going
Look,
through a lot,
look,
man.
Ever since that happened,
I think all Haitian people have a sense of humor.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
You know,
Haitians.
when the Haitian
Yeah,
comedy shows, we don't go through none of that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
We have a little heckler here and there.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like a Haitian comedy show. You heckle any of the comedians, good luck, buddy.
Bro, you don't get
You
it.
beady as good as a heckler as that person's a comedian. Because
Yeah.
heckling me, the bon, got 50 sides. And he starts talking.
Crack on your head.
We ain't gonna say it. What's that be no show? Like, bro, it be the most like annoying person like just heckling you, and
Yep.
I be ready for a heckler, dog.
Bro.
but yeah, how you feel about the Chris Rock situation?
Of course.
I have no opinion on it. That's like he ain't slapped me.
Wait,
I'm from
did,
Pride.
did
Fading off rip.
wait,
Don't worry
did you
about it. I was like, yo, let me hold the trophy real quick.
was he right to Will Smith? Was he right to slap him though?
I can't say he was right. I can't say he was wrong.
Yeah.
It was in the moment.
Yeah.
It was he reacted off emotion.
But
He reacted off protecting his wife.
wait, but one thing I don't get though, at first this man was laughing though. He was laughing at the joke, and then once he saw
Bro,
his
wifey,
wife
bro.
reaction, then he was like, "Oh snap!
That's a long drive home, bro.
I'm not trying to hear that back home."
You know what I'm saying? That's your wife.
It's
And
a long drive home. You punk.
you look at your wife and you see your wife's reaction, and you know the first
Then you
thing
gotta
I
do something,
protect her.
yeah.
Like, come on, I did it for my wife with her parents. Like, you know what I'm saying? When whatever they did to her, and I'm like, I went to them straight up. Like, yo,
Yes,
don't do
yeah,
that.
that's not good.
Like, if this is how you gonna rock, don't call her at all. Like, I
But
went
was
straight
it
up.
was it after though, or was it in the middle of while they were doing that?
What you mean?
The
Like,
situation.
the situation that you went through. Was it after they were okay? So that's the difference between you and Will Smith, because Will Smith didn't when it happened.
Oh well, it was kind of in the moment because I texted them first, and it was very disrespectful text to them. I didn't say anything disrespectful. I was very respectful. It's just I was straight to the point and very concise about what I wanted. And my wife was pregnant at the time, so I was like, don't talk to her like that. Don't ask her to do this. Don't ask her to do that. She's pregnant. Don't stress out a pregnant woman. And like I was very protective of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I already loved my daughter before she was born. Wow. So I was like, I don't care who you were.
Period. As you should.
You was on 10.
But yeah, I mean that's society. But like it's like everybody's sensitive about a little joke, and you know. But
Do you think it makes it easier for you as a comedian, as a artist, as a person that delivers comedy? Do you think it's easier now in this generation or the generation before you? Do you feel like it's a lot harder now to make jokes and make videos?
It's not hard, cause I be telling people like, why do you gotta care what people think, bro? Just do it. Like, and if they want to cancel you, they'll cancel you. You still gonna have fans. Yeah. Like, for example, who they keep there's somebody they keep canceling. This person just keep coming back.
Dave
Chappelle. Besides
Dave Chappelle.
All right, let's talk about Dave Chappelle. That was my favorite situation. I don't have a comment on that before the
Netflix
community of A through Z come after me.
A through Z. He said A through Z.
I don't know the letters.
Yeah, you're right. The
LBG,
LGBT community.
I don't know the order of the letters.
Wow.
You crazy.
LGBT.
It's not like I don't respect them. It's just I don't rock with that lifestyle.
More like
you know
okay, that's good.
I don't judge y'all. But I just don't rock with it.
Word.
That's why I say A through Z. Okay. So instead of saying it wrong, I say A through Z. Whatever letters it is, it is.
Yeah, it is.
And I've learned recently is more letters than that.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah, you see, you canceling them out now. They 1, 2, 3 too now.
LGBTQ.
Oh, there's numbers too.
1, 2, 3 ABC.
No, it's LGBTQ.
They're not even they. They, she, he. It's everything.
I don't know.
See what I'm saying?
A through Z. Then.
But what were you gonna say about that situation?
Let's talk about that.
You know, it started in an uproar, and it just Dave Chappelle just didn't care. He just kept moving how he wanted to move.
Yeah, he a beast.
And after that situation, he had more specials coming out. I was like,
Word.
this is what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
Unbothered.
Yeah.
I love that energy. Unbothered. You That's me. Like you will never hear me be a part of any HMI beef, any beef with any other comedian. Like, you would never know. Like if I have an issue with somebody, we hash it out face to face. I ain't going on Instagram Live. You see that nigga? Yeah, that nigga. Like, no. I don't have time for that, bro. I don't have the energy for that. That's not what I want to share with the world. Like I like to spread joy, love. You know what I'm saying? Intimacy. I'm a very intimate person. Like with my bros,
yes,
with my sisters, brothers, like cousins, friends, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah,
Speaking of that, so you know how. I think it was 2-3 days ago. Someone DM'd you.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh yeah. Talk about that.
Talk about that.
I reacted off
like that,
emotion
sister.
for like 5 minutes. Cause I'm like, who? The fuck this nigga think he talking to?
Wait, explain the situation.
So this person DM'd me. It's like a weird page, like 2 followers.
Yes, I see that. I pressed it. I was like, hold on.
Post page on private. No
I'm dead.
So he's
That
like,
man just created the Instagram.
Yo, I forgot the message. Yo, I need you to host my little cousin.
Oh, I got it now. I got the screenshot.
Oh, you got a screenshot?
This man got the receipt. This man got the receipt.
I was worried for the screenshot. Like that same night, like all of my OGs, all of my mentors, they hit me up like, yo, that's how you should move. Like I have a lot of people that's why I stay out of trouble. Guys, this is a bit of advice. I have a minimum of 5 mentors. There's nothing like having people that's older than you.
Yeah.
That help you, that guide you. All right. Even if you didn't have guidance growing up, don't be afraid. If there's somebody you look up to, don't be afraid to walk up to them like, hey, can you mentor me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll help you do something if you mentor me. I have plenty of mentors, and
that's good
because my mentors, like I have 2 mentors that are millionaires, and I'm trying to get like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
You will.
Yes.
that's a sidebar.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, he hit me up, and like, you know, my team, I don't really respond to DMs like that. On the DMs, like when it comes to booking, I have my team. They write a generic message, say thank you for contacting Zoe Poze. Please email us at
this.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be like, all right, let me see, let me respond. But now I'm done with DMs, man. I'm done. After that, I was like, I gotta keep it strictly professional. But I told him to do that, you know, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna have my cousin send you all the information, because he didn't know the information. He's just the one paying. And we drafted up the contract, invoice, sent everything, and then he screenshotted the invoice, DM'd it back to us, and said, "Is this the best you can do?"
Wow.
And we already responded like a day before. I'm like, "Hey, unfortunately, Zoe Poze is already booked for this event." And I responded this time. And I was like, "Oh, I didn't even address him asking for a discount or if this is the best I can do. I just say, hey, my team responded back to you guys already. Unfortunately, I'm already booked for that day." Emoji. So
I hate that emoji.
and that was like let's say 5 p.m. on a Tuesday, and he's like, "Okay, cool." Then the next day, 7, you seen the time?
Yeah.
7 p.m. I'm like, I was on your mind for a little over 24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours, bro.
I'm not interested, but I'm flattered. And then he said, "Bro, you're not worth the $750. You a Haitian comedian. It's not that serious." I'm like,
wow.
Yeah. But you wanted me
To host your cousin.
Yeah, like
I didn't say none of that. I let everybody, like the comments, I was rolling.
Oh yeah, it was
Everybody
crazy.
said what needed to be said. That's what I love about people that support me, bro. Like back in the day when people used to like try to roast me or talk about my weight on the timeline in the comment section, like literally all my fans would flock towards that person's page and flood their page with DMs and like comments, spam them like, "Who do you think you are?"
Yeah.
And that's why people don't really talk mess on my comments.
Yeah, you don't get into any beef, bro.
No,
Like
why?
Why? You're not in that shade
Why?
room.
I
Like
chicken. Why beef?
yeah, bro. You I never see you in like any like jammed up or like any controversy. Like you got a clean rep, bro.
Sorry.
Like the only thing is like what happened with the house fire. Like I seen that all over social media because you had that community.
Yeah.
But I never see you in that limelight that like they're trying to deteriorate you or destroy your character. Like that's
And even
crazy.
when other people are going through stuff, like I don't post it. Like I'll just support privately. I don't want people to know. Like for example, YK Osiris, the kid that died.
Yeah, in Orlando,
falling off the roller coaster.
Yeah.
He said he paid. He put $10,000 towards the funeral costs. And
yeah.
I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh come on now, YK, you owe Drake money. You owe Baby money.
Yeah.
Where you get the money to
Yeah,
pay
to
for
invest.
somebody's funeral?
Damn.
Turns out he lied the whole
He
time.
lied though.
That's
No, he
crazy.
actually he actually sent a video out showing that he paid.
Oh, where?
Yeah, and then like the sister and the brother didn't even respond. Like he did a video screenshot
So I guess
of
they clout chase.
he sent 15.
Oh, see.
Within that same time, he sent
I didn't
15,000.
even know because
Did Lil Baby get his money?
He's, you know,
Yeah.
Shade Room. Shade Room is the worst place to get news from.
Facts.
Listen,
Oh, I thought it was true.
because I didn't even know he actually did it. You know what
Yo,
I'm saying?
I'm telling you,
They probably updated
they
it now.
are.
Be on
Yeah.
Shade Room enough for me to get all updates.
All the information.
All I
Yeah.
saw is
Bro, I was
donated. He lied.
Lied.
yeah, like, and that's it. And they
Yeah.
don't post that it was actually real. That's the
Yeah.
thing. It's like, and Denzel Washington said that, bro. It's like news, the blogs, news.
Yep.
They're all about who could give the story first, who can be first.
it's the
That's
media,
it.
Not right,
bro.
and not right.
Not right.
Yeah.
No, bro. Like truth don't care. They
just-
need to know. The people need to know who was first.
It's actually just like that one thing that was going with the Russia and Ukraine. I saw this video where the people in Ukraine, bro, they were acting like they were running in, but that was just it'd be like action,
video?
boop, that's it. And
Propaganda.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I was like,
I can attest to that. It's not as bad as it looks on social media.
facts.
Whoa.
Because it's like it's specific places where they're having the war. People are getting hurt.
Yeah.
All that stuff is actually happening. But the way social media, in my mind,
Man.
all of Russia is on fire. All of Ukraine is on fire. The way they put it on social media. But it's specific cities that they're like fighting for. But and I'm saying that because I have a friend of mine, like one of my mentors. He's in Poland right now. He flew to Poland. I'm like, why are you in Poland? My nigga, there's a war. He's right down the street. He
right in NATO's country.
In my mind, I'm not flying to that.
You're not flying over
Right next to NATO.
Like, I ain't never been to the military. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody that served, in the military.
Facts.
Shout out to
Appreciate y'all. Yeah.
I want to interview them so bad.
the bravery.
Somebody that
You know what I'm saying?
served.
But me, like, nah, I'm a local police type of guy.
So I was asking, so what's it like to be a host?
Yes.
I love it.
Because I think
I
you
love it so
you
much.
showcase that more than your comedian. Like, yeah,
I think it ties
I'll
in,
do those
though.
little reels, the
yeah.
sound.
But like I seen that you just been hosting. Like it's been on go.
That's it. That's
Why?
it.
Why was that? Why you love it so much?
Because when I started doing stand-up comedy, through doing comedy, sometimes they'll be like, all right, Zoe Poze, you're hosting today. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And then before that, I hosted before in high school. I did a multicultural show. I did the school talent show, which was the biggest show, and that was my senior year. Like, my senior year, I hosted. They were going to show.
You was
I'm
there.
hosting.
Period.
Because everybody knew me as a class clown. I wasn't shy. I was on the drama class. So I wasn't afraid to speak in front of people. It was me and this other girl. And I would host everything. I even before that, I started at church. You know, a lot of things start off in church.
Yeah,
So I
church,
was doing church plays and hosting this, hosting that. I would go up there, read a whole thing of the thing, and then, I was never afraid to speak in front of people. But in middle school I was, but I don't know when I broke out of it. I think football helped me, to be honest, because football I was soft spoken before football, and when they threw me in that mud, I got up and like, nah. But yeah, I hosted so much stuff in high school, and then it's like through doing all the stand-up comedies, I would host, and I was like, I like this, And then after that, I started with my cousins' weddings. My cousins were getting married back to back, like every year,
Dang.
every year or two.
They had a host, so.
So I was like, hey, I'll do it. Because then it wasn't at that time, it wasn't a thing to have a host. 'Cause the DJ did everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and still now, your host is not respected. I'm going to change that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So, I started doing like my cousin's weddings, and then I guess, people just seen that I was hosting, and most of it was word of mouth because I was hosting for a long time, but I never put it on social media.
Okay.
I was just doing the comedy. That's why I was still doing comedy shows and then hosting on the side. But I said 2019, that's when I started saying, all right, professional host, that's it. And then when I went in 2019, I went to St. Martin. I went back to my hometown for the first time. A travel group had hired me to host the whole weekend of events.
Okay.
So if there's like a party, there's a meet and greet, like a social, like I was the one to get everybody together, say, all right, we're going to do this, aside from the tour guide.
Yeah.
So I kept the whole trip lit. Like, I ain't going to lie, I was drunk the whole trip.
No, it's true.
Perks of being the host.
Dude, the hotel we was at, everything was all inclusive. Though.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
So
that's
right
all
before we get on the
Why
bus,
not?
I was like, get right? Got on the bus with it. And we was just lit the whole time. And that's when I self-proclaimed me as an international host. Because I'm like, I just hosted overseas. Like, not that far, but
Yeah.
Still counts.
it's
Yeah.
still
it wasn't
count.
the United States.
Yeah.
And it was my first time back in St. Martin since I left. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, my uncle.
Yeah,
He
rest
showed
in
me
peace.
around.
Yeah.
Like, when I tell you, like, hold on. I'm getting emotional.
No,
When
go
I
out in the
tell you,
open,
like,
bro.
The
Go ahead.
man spent a whole day with me. Me, him, my aunt. We drove around everywhere. And it's a small island. Like, you could do the whole island in an hour.
Oh, wow.
And he drove around everywhere where I grew up. Showed you my dad's friends, his house, our old house. Like, I'm not talking about just driving. Like, we'll get out the car, we walk, and he would literally walk me to the exact apartment we lived in with my mom, my dad. It was beautiful. And like, I cried the day I had to leave. I cried. I was at the airport, after we went past TSA, I'm like, damn, I'm really leaving, bro. So that's when I, proclaim myself as an international host, because I'm like, if I can do this here, I can do this anywhere.
Yeah, you're everywhere.
Yeah.
Now you're
Everywhere.
just booked. Like, I'm seeing your social. I'm like, dang, it's everywhere. So like, how does wifey feel about
You
Which
be
I
all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you're everywhere all the time.
How do I feel about what?
Like, how does she feel about you? You just not.
Oh, my wife?
Yeah, does she travel with you?
No.
That's-
Married in Mary. I'm joking.
Yeah. You better be joking.
yeah, she gonna come to you, bro. She gonna be like, oh,
like, how do you guys handle that? Like, because I know you guys just got,
A baby.
yeah, and then you guys fairly new with marriage too, right?
Yeah.
1 year,
Not even
2 years,
1 year.
1
About
year,
to be 1 year.
about to be, really?
No, I'm
No,
sorry.
1 year.
1 year just passed.
Yeah, because you posted
March.
it. Yeah. So like, I
I
know.
almost got in trouble.
For real.
Hey, at least you cleared it up though. See,
Yeah.
that's what matters.
So
I'll
like,
still get in trouble. You know what I hear? I'll still get in trouble.
probably will.
Remember that, Alfred? Maybe I was going to ask you.
You said Alfred?
No, I said Alfred.
Oh, I said, hey, you have another name? Jesus. But yeah, how does she feel about you always, traveling and, being out and going overseas and stuff?
She supports it 100%.
That's good.
She knows my love for traveling. She didn't travel much before me. I kind of introduced her to that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anybody that F's with me, like anybody that's around me, like you guys, like after this interview, I'm gonna watch y'all next 5 interviews, and then I'm gonna come back to y'all and challenge you guys.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what
Yo, are you saying you gonna be our mentor?
I'm back online, they podcast. I don't know.
Hey, no, but you know about content though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Facts,
what is that? What is
facts,
that? You
facts.
saying on live right now? You gonna be our
No
mentor?
problem for that.
No
Y'all hear that right now,
no
right?
problem. Hear from Zoe Poze.
I am a horrible mentor.
Hey, we receive it though. Hey, we
Maybe
need it.
once every 3 months.
Hey, however we can get it. However we can
Hey,
get
look,
it.
I'm trying to be better.
Yeah.
This
We
year-
trying to get better too.
This year, every year I have since 2019. Every year I have a saying. This year is a year of intention, the year of punctuation.
Yes.
So when I was late, I was like pissed at myself, but I was trying to calm down. I was like, I don't want to bring that.
Yeah,
that
the energy,
vibe.
yeah.
So let me just get in there. apologize. Get straight to work.
We be late all the time, so it's cool.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm back on.
I'm kidding.
Y'all going
So,
in.
yeah,
Y'all going in.
what we was talking
But I
about?
want to ask you about the COVID situation. How did that slow down, or how did you adapt with COVID as a host, as a comedian? Like, how did that affect you, and what did you
I
do
was
to
still hosting during COVID.
stop playing?
Just in the beginning of it, when everybody started locking down, they started locking down around end of March, April. Because I literally just left Hertz, rented the car, was on my way to UCF
Knights.
to host. And as I'm driving, the girl texts me, we have to cancel the thingy because
What?
shut down, the COVID. And I'm
The
like,
curfew, right?
and me, in my head, I'm like, I knew that was going to happen, but I still was like, I'm such a optimistic person. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm still going. They say they might cancel, I'm still going. So, mind you, I didn't even leave Broward yet. Like, I literally just got on I-95, left the gas station, filled the tank, left the gas station, got water, got snacks, everything. And I literally just got on, I swear to God, like, Atlantic Boulevard, got on. I didn't even get to the next exit yet. She texted me.
Cancel.
So I was like, all right. I exited, and I called my wife. I'm like, where you at? And I was like, we just pulled up together and went to the movies that day. I was like, they gave me a deposit. I'm good.
Still got it in the account.
I kept the car for the weekend.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, a lot of, like, I had like probably 7 gigs like back to back within end of March, April. Everything got canceled, like everything. So
Damn.
I accommodated all of my wedding clients. Like they changed dates, location, a lot of craziness. Lawyers had to get involved, not for me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like
for them.
venues would take their money and not give them their money back. And,
Wow.
it was a whole bunch of, I had to find lawyers for them because like I really, that's how much I care about my clients. Like I'll do research for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll find the best business litigation lawyer, in whatever city they live in. And and get everything popping. Like I was on it. I try to be on it as best as I can, but it didn't. I just went back to the drawing boards and just started doing skits because nobody was going nowhere. I just started doing skits. So me and my brother started pranking my mom. I started recording my mom, waking us up every day. I'm like, we can't go anywhere. What am I waking up for?
Yo.
So I started recording her. I'm like, and then my brother was like, oh, I want to do a prank. I was like, well, what are you trying to do? It's like, well, I met this cop. I'm like, everybody thought I did the prank. I'm like, no, that was my brother. Shout out to Mr. Andy Hoops. Go subscribe to his.
Big shout out.
We're gonna put that on
there.
Yeah.
So we're about to end, but before we end, I gotta get this famous story.
What's up?
The promoter that tried you.
What promoter?
The promoter that didn't. Mocking, we was talking about it. The promoter that didn't. When you went to the show.
Oh,
didn't
wait.
have enough money to pay you.
Pay your flight?
That was the same thing that you were talking about when they were actually like the 750.
Dang,
That was the same promoter that couldn't get you back. Yeah. That was the same
No,
one.
that wasn't the same person.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't the same person.
Let's talk about that.
But that happened to me before. Like when I first started in the game.
Yeah.
Where were you at? Cause you wasn't
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Dang.
That's about as much as I'm gonna say. Yeah, man. It was my first time. I was 19 years old. First time performing.
Yeah.
And my dad came with me. I told my dad, I was supposed to get $300. They paid my flight. They paid everything.
Yeah.
I was supposed to get $300 for performing that night for one show. The show was so packed, and it was. You know how you said I was a trailblazer?
Yeah.
My inspiration was Haitian Jonas, Haitian V.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Wow. Those were your heroes?
Jonas.
Those were
Jonas.
Those are trailblazers to me. Like I just started. I just did what they did on YouTube.
My name is John.
I brought it to Instagram.
Yeah.
Yep.
In a shorter time, Instagram and Vine.
Yeah. Vine
Vine.
was big, yeah.
So,
Bro.
yeah, it was me, Haitian V, Mr. 509.
Dang.
Yes,
Jonas.
Mr. 509.
It was a bunch of us comedians, and like that show was so packed to the point where they had to tell people, all right, we can't take any more people. Y'all gotta wait for the second show. And I was like,
Second show.
Exactly.
Wow.
Second show. I'm like, we out. And literally, like, the first show started at 7:30. Did it, bro. I killed. I would never have a better show than like New Jersey, New York. Nobody shows up and show out like New Jersey and New York people. Especially Brooklyn. Brooklyn, New York. Every time I go to Brooklyn, it's love. I have so many friends in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about friends from that first time I performed. Like, when I go to Brooklyn, like, yo, we out. Going to the pizza spot. Going to the bodegas. Let's get a chopped cheese. All of that. And when I tell you it was supposed to be one show that night in New Jersey, and they said 2 shows. I was like, all right. I told my dad. My dad said, "Oh, you're from this show?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Be better.
At the end of the night, boys came up to me, and that was the first time I knew what gratitude was. It was like, when somebody walk up to you like this, scratching their head. That's called creole. That's gratitude. They have an excuse. They have some bullshit.
Facts.
And when he came up to me like that, he's like, "Bro,
what is it?
we didn't make money at the door. We didn't make money here." I'm like,
2 shows.
my dad calculated. My dad was counting how much people.
I think it was booked.
He was furious. Like, and I ended up leaving with just $100, bro.
Wow.
And they made money. They made thousands of, at least $15K
Wow.
off all the comedians. And I'm like, I don't know about the other guys, but I know me. I got this short. I didn't even get this short end of the stick. That gave me the dust. Like,
Disrespect.
you know how Haitians like chew up the bones. That's
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I got a tip. They just tipped me. You know what I'm saying? But you live and you learn. That was my first
That didn't
time.
discourage you or anything, right?
No, what? Come on, bro. I was like,
Look at him now.
I just kept going. I'm like,
Yeah.
And then it's funny because years later, those same promoters would see me and they were like, "Yo, what's up, Jose?" I'm like, "Hey, I show everybody love. Like, no matter how dirty you do me, but you ain't gonna
For me again.
No, you're not. Yeah, that they tried to book me again years later.
I remember.
That's deep.
I didn't even respond. I just set the contract with how much I need up front.
Advance word.
All of that. And they just never responded. Like,
Of course they didn't.
for your time. But, you know, they'll see me one time. This guy was like, yo, Zoe Poze, I made you, man. I'm like,
So
Wow, that's crazy.
you made who? But I didn't do all that extra. Like, oh, you make me. Like, I just said, okay. Like, cause I'm in Jersey. I know.
Oh, you too
I know
humble.
people there, and it's not mine. It's not mine.
Yeah, section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not mine. If it was Broward, I'm like, yo, you hear this nigga? Foolishness. But I was just vibing, and he's like, I made you. I was the first person to bring out the jersey. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't pay me. Like, why you bragging about bringing me out the jersey? Like,
You didn't pay me.
you did
Right.
something monumental for my career. Like,
Facts.
I made myself because, like, you only brought me out to Jersey because you saw me online.
Yeah.
You seen the people in your town talking about me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I don't want problems.
No problem.
No problems. Just vibes.
That was good. Makin, ask your famous question.
Yeah, your most popular question.
most
man.
popular
But
question.
reword it from what Shirley said.
oh snap.
Yes.
So you gonna have to take over then.
Oh dang.
Yeah, you gonna
I
have to
walked
take
into
over.
that one. You said what?
I said, do your homework.
He said, "Do my
No, he remember it too.
do my homework."
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we had actually like basically where do she see herself in 5 years? Which we asked all of
Our
our
guests.
guests. But then when we asked her, it was like a game changer because she was more like, well, to be honest, like I don't try and look
Yeah,
in the
she-
future because
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen in 5 years. But my goal is I can tell you what my goal is in like 6 months or 3 months. So for you, like where do you see yourself in the upcoming months or
Years.
I wouldn't say year.
In
Well,
years where I want to be
Yeah.
is, you know, first thing, I just want to be established in my home with my family. Like,
yes.
you know, real
First,
estate.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like buy a house and all that?
It's
Buy a
not
house.
about
Everyone
Airbnb
says
and all
real
that.
estate,
And
In Orlando?
yeah. No,
oh,
Broward.
shit.
I love police.
My wife's gonna watch this. It's like, that's a sign.
That's
Oh, she wants to move to Orlando?
She wants to move to Orlando. She wants to move to Europe. She wants to move to
She wants
Texas.
to move everywhere.
Like, she just wants to leave. I'm
Multiple.
like,
Multiple.
Anywhere but Broward, I guess.
tranquilo, mamita.
Tranquilo, mamita.
So, and you know, in 6 months, I want to be halfway done with the book that I'm writing. Yeah, I'm writing multiple.
I'm glad we
different
got
books. I don't know
we're
which
gonna
one I
be-
want to start on yet, but
Multiple.
Multiple.
yeah. Like, I want to do one, teach people how to host. Like, little quick tips on hosting.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
And in a book, I like, you know, I do poetry myself. Like, I want to do like a free, because I do freestyle poetry. I don't follow the haikus and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I've done it in class because it was
You
an
have to do
assignment.
it, yeah.
But I was like, I just want to write. You know what I'm saying? And I have something like that, like a small, probably 30-page book with different, like, you guys read, I forgot the book. Never mind. I'll go back to that. But it's a book. It's a book of poems. I forgot the name of it though.
Oh, it's about that lady?
Rum Kipper. Young
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
nice, she
I
nice,
read
she
her.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's good.
Yeah, she
Oh
cold-blooded.
my God.
I love her.
Better leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
she cold-blooded.
I have one at home actually right now.
Yeah, and in 6 months, I want to read 6 books. One book a month. You feel me?
That's good.
That's a nice one.
I stopped reading. Like, I'm like, stop
Middle
reading, and you could see the effects. Like,
Yeah.
you could see the difference when you start reading.
Yeah.
Like, you just become more knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? Your brain is more active.
What's your favorite
Yeah.
book?
I don't have a favorite book because like, I haven't read in so long. Like, if you talk about high school,
Bluford series.
In school?
yeah,
I like
the Blueprint
Alchemist.
series, there was
You
one
read
Blueprint-
Alchemist before?
The Blue
I,
Fruit
I
series,
like
yeah.
Alchemist.
Alchemist
Yeah.
is good. Yeah,
Bro,
Alchemist is good.
I promise you, bro, I was one of those kids. I don't know how I graduated high school, bro. Like, you know when you give these books to read, and you
I
got
feel
to do
that.
assignments.
Yep, I
would
feel that.
skim, I'll just read the
Finesse.
questions.
Yeah.
I'll finesse. I finesse my way
Me and you are
I'm
not
gonna
really.
lie.
Me and you are really not different. Like,
Listen, but I love.
was
I wasn't
me
doing
too.
nothing in
But
school.
the way the school systems teach, I hate
Thanks.
it.
Yeah, it's
You know
worse
what I'm
now
saying?
though.
I'm a hands-on. I'm a person like you. Got to give me an experience. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to just come to class every day and just read black words on white paper every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? But books are essential in life. But for me, But that's another goal that I have.
That's a good 6
read
months.
6 books in 6 months. And then hopefully work after that. Hopefully work the 2 books every month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to pick back up. And only reason, like, these type of goals that I have, because now I have a daughter and I want to instill education into her life. And like,
What's her name?
Sapphire.
Sapphire.
Yeah.
This is the first
Shout
time
out
you
to
like.
Sapphire.
This is the first time you're like saying her name, and because I don't think you ever said it on social media.
Wow.
This is the first time getting her name.
Out in the open right now.
Out in the open.
I don't even type it on, like,
You don't at all.
That's
online.
crazy. That's
Like,
crazy.
Cello had said he had put a name that he gave. Cello gave her
A nickname?
a nickname. No, he's like, he wanted me to name her that. And somebody, he typed it. I'm like, great, now everybody knows her name. So right now, a lot of people think her name is Zopolina.
Zopolina. Zopolina.
Oh no! I
That goes.
That's funny as heck, yo.
So
That's a nice name.
Every time Cello sees it, Zopolina.
I can't wait.
Me
I can't wait to meet this guy tomorrow.
Cello is the godfather of my daughter.
Oh, this full circle. Yeah, this full circle.
That's love. That's
can't wait to
love.
meet
That's
this guy,
love.
bro.
That's love.
That's why he was like, he wouldn't mind if I. Of course, he
What
wouldn't
up?
mind if
Yeah.
you pulled the.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
the Godfather.
That's my
That's
daughter.
what's up.
But listen, man, I appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
We definitely learned a lot about you, but definitely from us giving you your flowers, keep going. You definitely built our childhood. I know you did mine.
Yeah, me
Yes,
too.
facts.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
means a lot to me, bro.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
built your childhood. That's
No. Facts. Like,
deep.
Bro,
That's
humor,
deep.
bro.
going
Yeah.
on social media, you see your own is like
Yeah, facts.
bar none, because we know the Chris Browns, we know the the
Yeah.
big people, bro.
Yeah,
we can't
yeah.
connect to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like when we like off rip, like could connect to somebody that's speaking our language,
Yeah.
that literally act like how we are at home.
Facts, facts, facts.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'm living with this guy.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, appreciate you for that,
Yeah,
man.
you can wrap it up though, because I'm getting emotional. So
Keep going. Keep going.
Yo,
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, the
it's
fact
really hard
that
to get me to cry. Like
Yeah.
I'll get worked up.
Yeah.
But, like,
Is it hard to get comedians to cry?
It depends on the
I
community.
mean,
It depends on the comedian.
yeah, it depends on
Like,
me.
look at Will Smith,
I never
bro.
cried. The day I cried the most recently is on my wedding day.
Yeah.
When all
Oh, I cried too.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, but this man was a crybaby.
Let me tell you, when his wife was walking down the aisle, he couldn't hold himself up. I was like, oh my
It's
gosh.
like a lot of people think it's just emotions, but it's not. No, but y'all don't know what we went through to get to this point. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
probably
A lot of
what it is.
rejection,
Planning,
man.
Oh my God! Like people don't
Now
know.
I
but
know.
I cried a lot on my wedding day. Like
That's good.
Like I didn't cry until I got to the ceremony.
Yeah.
All I saw was James and Jonas. You know James and Jonas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy Jones.
All I saw was
They funny as hell.
all I did was see James and Jonas, and I just break down crying because, like, I'm the type of person, like, I don't ask for much. Like, I don't ask for people to support me. But and
Yeah.
the fact that they just came, I just sent an invite.
Yeah.
You come, you come. You don't, you don't. The fact that they showed up, he showed up, Artist Punch showed up, Maya showed up.
Not
Showed up,
Punch, bro.
Success showed up.
The
like,
whole
they
crew,
all,
yeah.
everybody showed up. and,
That's
like,
what's up, man.
That just literally, like, broke me down. Like, and then Cello gave a super heartfelt speech
Yeah.
during the toast, and like, yeah, I couldn't keep it together at all. Like, they was like, bro, why you crying so much? And then my little brother, we had took pictures outside by the limo. He posted on Instagram, like right then and there with a super heartfelt caption. And I'm like, my little brother, like, he don't express himself like that. But when he did, I was like, oh,
They just broke
that,
down.
yo. And then I didn't see it until I was waiting, for the host to be like, all right, introducing. Plus, Daddy was my host.
Yeah.
Plus, Daddy, man, it's been funny.
I needed somebody that was just like me.
this been funny, bro.
And while we was waiting in the back, and then I'm reading, like, I'm just going through Instagram, and I see my little brother's post, and like I just broke down crying, like, bro. And I'm like, where's Andy? Where's Andy? I went to him, I started hugging him, like,
That's so sweet.
That's so sweet.
yo, that day, I probably hugged, like, let's say if I had 100 guests, like, I hugged almost everybody, like, at least 3 times, bro.
Yeah, you happy. So
Like
it's
300 hugs.
Yeah, that's good, man. And I think that's good because it's like showcasing love. Because I feel like we're living in a society where it's like marriage is not really cool like that. So
And one thing I just want to add, bro, black men, we need to show each other love and appreciation more.
Yeah.
That's
Like
real.
I texted a lot of my homeboys one day. Just woke up. I was like, I told everybody, yo, we may not talk a lot, we may not hang out a lot, but I just wanted to let you know you're important to me in my life. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you and I love you. And I even sent it to my dad, and my dad just texted back, "Love you too, bro." He text me, "Thanks, bro."
Trying to stay irrelevant in the clip.
Facts.
He knows the word like jit.
Yeah, that's
Like,
funny.
he
as
listens,
heck.
like he listens when you talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows Kodak Black.
Kodak Black.
He's hip. Come on, he works with Brown Sheriff.
Oh yeah.
Word.
He knows
He got
that.
to.
all of that.
He got to.
But yeah,
That's
but
crazy.
again, appreciate you for coming through.
Yes.
10 years of body of work.
10 year body of work. More
We
work.
we hope for another 10, 20, 30 years of body of work. And it can go into real estate.
Yes.
It can go
He's tired.
it can go to real estate.
I ain't doing this forever.
Hey, that's good. You got an exit plan.
But no, the crazy thing
I'm trying to
about,
become an author. I'm trying to become a public speaker.
but you know what's crazy about the work that you do? It never goes away.
No.
Even
No,
like you said, like even though you said those kids that you went and they talked about, they even witnessed it. I can still pull up your old videos.
Yeah.
And
No
still feel
cap.
connected. So
Yeah.
what you do now is like a legacy that you like no one can take away from.
No.
And that's what I appreciate, the fact that you even put yourself out there when nobody else was doing it. You felt confident, like, yeah, I'm about to broadcast this. This is how we living.
Yeah.
So I appreciate
Yeah.
you for doing that,
Yeah,
bro.
these
Facts.
guys are good. They're trying to make me cry.
Yeah.
Yo,
like,
I gotta
That's
give
like
this
keep
No,
man.
going.
I gotta give you your flowers, man.
I gotta give this man his flowers too, especially this man is not from Haiti, and the fact that that your first play was with Sejo,
Yeah.
the Maya one, the Creole
So
thing, bro. That thing was
about that was the most difficult skit I've ever had to do. He gave me the script. Like, he sent me the script. The whole thing was in Creole. I'm like, God. And I think this was 2014 when we did that. And y'all, you can play the clip right after.
Yeah,
this.
I think
I'll
funny,
take-
bro.
I'll
That
take
thing
it back
funny.
to episode. And like, now I can do that whole thing like easy.
Yeah.
But that time, like, I didn't read Creole like that. And I was, 20 years old? And I'm like, dang. I'm like, what's...
yeah, I'm about to
yeah,
bro. That's a Haitian
I didn't
thing,
know
bro.
what that was.
Yeah, facts.
And it was around that time I started learning those Haitian sayings and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And
Mhm.
and I tell you, bro, Sidju, I gave him. He interviewed
Big
me.
shout out to
and
Sejo, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to Sejo.
yeah.
Big shout out.
He gave me my flowers, but I was giving him his flowers back. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, because of you, I understand Creole more. I speak more Creole.
Yeah.
I read it now. Like, it's nothing to me.
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because of that one skit, like, in the way he edited it, he's like, bro, just read line by line, and I'll take
Bro,
care
this
of it.
man, the editing
And when
aspect.
he edited it, bro,
That thing was perfect,
he made
bro.
It looked like it was the commercial.
Exact,
He
bro.
put that little sound like in between each cut, and you couldn't tell that I didn't know my
Yeah.
lines. I tried to study. That took us just the
Creole
was too
is hard.
exaggerated.
Yeah, that thing was
And then it was just me and him, and it was nobody else at that video shoot. It was just me and him, because I was like, I don't want nobody there, bro.
Yeah.
It was just me and him, and bro, we did it. I was like, bro, I'm like, and mind you, in that video, I had the script in my back pocket. And I had to make sure to keep the same energy the
Yeah,
whole time.
same
And it was
energy,
a
yeah.
lot. And I love the fact that he challenged me, and that's why nowadays I challenge people. I'm like, you can do better, bro.
We next, y'all.
So would you say that
Challenges?
he was your first mentor when it comes to like
Yeah.
plays?
He didn't know he was my mentor, but he's still my mentor now to this day.
Oh, shout outs. He's
Big
one of the
shout out.
5. He's one of the 5.
Big shout out, bro. Big shout out
He's
to
one of the
Sejo.
5. Word.
Sejo is the GOAT. Like, I remember all of our long car rides. It was me, Sejo, and Wanda of Union Suite.
Bro, I wanna meet her so bad.
I can make it happen.
I wanna meet her so
I can
bad,
just gotta be
yo.
in the right place, right time.
Yes.
Period.
If I say
Union
jump, you
Suite.
gotta fly down.
That's her
fly
page,
down.
right? Union Suite. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
She's
remember it was
amazing.
like, we would get booked to go to like UF or Tallahassee. Like UF,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Tallahassee, USF, and my parents, if they knew I was with Sidjo and Wanda, they was like, "All right, go ahead."
Yeah.
Everybody else from Conpangas, they trusted me with them, and Union Suite, she still show love to this day. Sidjo still show love to this day. Shout out to Union Suite. Shout out to Sidjo.
Yeah, big shout outs.
Yeah.
Big
Big
shout
shout
outs.
they're the goats. They're Luna Sweet. Actually, one is one of my mentors too. I watch how she move.
Yo,
Yeah,
she
a boss.
different.
Yeah, she a boss.
She
Immaculate.
balls, man.
Immaculate growth. It's because of them. I never gave up because
Yeah.
I
That's
see
one of
them
my
grow.
goals. I want to interview her so bad.
Yeah, I see them grow, and I'm like, you know, we had these conversations in the car. Like that's why I never stop. I never stop elevating. I just keep pushing myself. You know what I'm saying? Do the best that I can be. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, bro.
You drop a lot of juice.
A lot of Jews, bro.
I'm just glad that we the first Orlando podcast to get you here, man.
Hey,
Facts,
facts. Let's get it, bro.
I'm not on the podcast anyway.
You better not.
Nah, but big shout out to you, man, again. And you wanna do the
Let the
recycle
people
work?
let the people know where to follow you and all the things that you got going on. Let them know, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't follow me. Follow Jesus.
That's
That's what my mom would say.
what your mom would say.
Can't be mad at that right
You
there.
can follow me, Zoe Poze, ZOEPOZE. Don't matter what it is. You can Google me. No matter what it is.
Got Google.
Google.
Google. Christian Mingle, Black Planet, MySpace, Pornhub, Facebook, Instagram.
Not on OnlyFans, are you?
He said Pornhub.
You can find me anywhere. You find everything.
Yeah.
Wifey, this is not for real. He's
That's my
playing.
favorite joke.
I think we should.
Black Planet.
I think we should end now because I don't want her to like.
She good. She good. She knows.
You all,
The least of my jokes. The worst dark humor ever, bro.
That joke funny as heck, though.
Hey man, we appreciate you for coming here, man. Cause I know we've been trying to get you in here, man.
Yeah.
But I'm really glad that you came and you express yourself. Cause this podcast is all about allowing someone to share their stories, and all the people could learn from it too. So that's why we reach out to you, and then we were like, bro, we see what you do, and what you do is impacting people in the
And
community.
you got our support
And facts,
forever.
bro, forever.
Wherever
man.
you do, you got us.
Facts, man. So we appreciate you, man. I don't know if Jekyll Funzo, you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say shout out to the Click House for allowing us to have this space, this opportunity.
Click House. Shout out to you, Click House.
Yeah. Big shout out to everybody that's been watching, listening. We definitely see the growth, and we continue to give you guys more bangers, more heat.
Facts.
We're the most talked about podcast,
Yes,
most
sir.
We
consistent podcast, and we seeing it. So we just
All in
want to
God's
thank you
favor,
guys.
by the way.
Yeah.
All in God's favor.
Thou shalt not judge. You
Yes.
feel me? Thou shalt not judge.
Yes, yes, sir.
Well, we definitely was. We definitely was out in the open today, so I hope you guys receive that too.
Yeah.
The facts, man. Hey,
We out.
yes, sir.
Yeah,